The 5M and the 5M Pro are great Core XY printers. I've used them to print tons of things from little mini tractors to plier holders, battery compartments for Gridfinity, and I've used a variety of different PLA filaments. I've used a little bit of PETG, but I really like using PLA with both of these, and I find both of them do a really good job. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 5M and the 5M Pro, and the reasons I would really say most people should just get the 5M Pro instead of the 5M. The main reasons you get the Pro over the standard is for the enclosure and also for the fan and ventilation that the Pro has. So this will do a better job on filaments like ABS, where you need to have consistent temperature inside the enclosure itself. And it'll also be better if you're using it inside as well with that filtration. You still can smell the 5M Pro a little bit when it's running, but it's nothing like the standard 5M that has the full open enclosure. Also, if you're planning on using either of these in a garage, the 5M Pro is going to perform way better due to that enclosure just giving you better, more consistent temperatures across the build plate and the whole area it's building. But the main frame of these is the same, and they both are Core XY. They both have the same extruders, the same rails, the same bed. Everything is the same except for the enclosure itself, the filtration system. Also with the 5M, when you get it, you do have to attach the screen, and some people have had issues with this. For me, it was really easy to set up. And the other thing the Pro model has is it has a camera on it. So through the Flashforge app, you can actually monitor your build as it's going, which is really cool if you're across the house and you want to check on how your build's going. And then you can see if there's any issue that you need to go address. So overall, I would really push you towards the 5M Pro, namely because the enclosure really does lead to much better, more consistent prints. And just for those additional quality of life features like the filtration and the camera on the inside, that technically you can get a whole enclosure kit. You can build up the 5M and turn it into a mini 5M Pro if you want. This is just going to take hours of printing and also some additional extra assembly that you may not really feel like doing. So overall, I would say the 5M Pro is worth it just for having that full enclosure on it. One complaint I have about both of these is the build plates they include are not very good. So I upgraded them with these cryo grip build plates that do a much better job at keeping your models attached while you're printing. And I like this build plate so much that I ended up getting one for both of the machines. This led to much better print results, better adhesion, and also a better first layer on these as well. You will need a computer with Flashforge's Orca slicer on it so that you can turn any STL files you design or find on the internet into files that are compatible with this. And then you can send your files over either using your network, or you can also put them on a USB flash drive, put them in on the USB port on the front, or there's also a hardwired network port on the back. One thing I've been really impressed with after owning both of these for about 9 months now is Flashforge has continued to put out updates for the printers, and the network connectivity on both of these is top notch now. Whereas at the beginning, it was a little rough. It wouldn't always connect. Now these both work well going from the computer to the printer. I will say there's definitely a bit of a learning curve with 3D printing. So no matter which of these you get, be prepared that it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. But it's so fun to take filament, designs online, and to come out with models like this little combine in the end. It just looks so cool and have such great substance to them. Or you can also make lots of practical things like these little bins I keep Lego pieces stored in. Or you can also make things like pegboard hooks. You can really make almost anything with a 3D printer. Really love the Flashforge 5M and the 5M Pro. I got to push most people towards the 5M Pro though, just for all those advanced quality of life features.